So this video is basically me talking about what I was thinking when I was actually flying the Mini 4 Pro. Basically this one here is met up with the guys, Chris and Terry there with the cameras, and I brought the drone with me as well. So at the moment I'm just doing a little rotation around, so basically we can be seen. I'll use that in a different video. So that's that one. All the clips are not cut, they're not color graded or anything like that, they are as is, and I've just stacked them together in order so we can kind of see what's going on. First trouble was one of the birds that was actually down on the ground, which I didn't see, even though I had a look around. Basically thought, right, you're a threat, so I thought, well, let's get out of here, get some height, and just get out of their way. Which is obviously something you need to kind of do, but then they obviously called on his mates, so there was about 10 after me. So I put it up a few hundred meters away, and I thought, well, normally they don't bother after that, but apparently it's early morning, and obviously they thought I was a big threat. So yeah, got a bit of a telling off from the birdies there. Most birds don't come actually that close. They will buzz you, but literally a couple of meters normally, sometimes a little bit closer, but at the same time they generally don't follow you too long. Unfortunately, it is one of the hazards of flying, and it does happen. You can't predict everything. You can't necessarily see all of the wildlife around at once, which I didn't, even though I had looked before taking off, and they just appeared. So as you can see, there's one just buzzing around now, so I thought, right, let's go up higher. That's on the clip there. So yeah, I thought I'll just go up, because they don't generally fly as high as I might have gone, so up to about 100 meters. So you know, you generally will get left alone if you're a bit higher up. Saying that, so I'll keep an eye out for them. Obviously I can still just about see the drone anyway, and I can see where the birds are flying around. The sunrise was epic. It was just beautiful, with all the mist and everything, and the low-lying ground with the lakes and everything like that, and the trees and the bushes, and the way it was casting through. And then you got the wind turbines in the distance, and it was just like, oh, this is awesome. I'm so glad I actually brought the drone with me. So I'm now thinking, right, what can I do that's a little bit creative? So sideways flying, which is basically going to accentuate the shadows and the mist, so, and the light rays coming through between the trees and the bushes and everything like that. So it just brings out, you know, just that, and it just looks awesome. You've got the sea over on the right hand side as well, and the beach, and it just added a really nice feel to it. Obviously nice blue sky as well. Shame about the clouds, but I guess the clouds needed to be there to make it what it was. And then luckily the Mini 4 Pro does have, as does the 3, not a bad little zoom on it, which is basically cropping in on sensor, but it allows you to do this. So it's quite cool. The and now I can see obviously the rotation of the wind turbines, and they're silhouetted, and it just looks wicked. So obviously the rays of light here with the lake here in front of me, and the rays of light coming between the bushes are now a little bit easier to see. And yeah, very, very pleased that I put it up, and it was just amazing. It's one of those mornings where you just think, wow. So yeah, awesome morning. And then you can see some of the houses and stuff as well on the right hand side there, and it's just a case of flying along sideways slowly, and you can see all the movement and everything going on in the video, so it kind of works as a little bit of creativity, and just looks nice. And then next clip, I'd move back out to sea. The birds have buggered off now, they've given up, and I thought, well, I'm going to rotate, because the clouds looked amazing out to sea as well, really fluffy and like angry looking, but didn't really do anything. They just were out to sea. I'm guessing 40 miles away, something like that, maybe a bit further. But the way light was hitting them, it was just awesome. It just looked really picturesque. And then coming back around to where the river starts, or the estuary, and you can see down the coast there. It's very flat here. It's all old marshland. In fact, this used to be underwater hundreds and hundreds of years ago. So yeah, it's all reclaimed land, I presume. Well, it definitely is, I presume. You can see the hills in the distance there, and then obviously where the sea mist, or the low-lying mist, is laying. And yeah, it was just really, really pretty, and just something you don't always see, which is really nice. the estuary going straight down the river there is very fast flowing, so you know the boats will come in and out at certain times, and they won't try when it's emptying itself, for example, because it does pull really hard when it's emptying. So you'll see any big ships or anything will go down here. They will only go in there when it's at full high tide and not really doing anything. So they'll go up there and then wait for it to change, and then when they leave. So yeah, it's rather stunning little area, really, especially from the air, and really nice. The only thing you have to be a little bit considerate of is the military base further down the road. You've got Lydd Airport as well, which obviously is aircraft, so you can't really take off anywhere near there, and Dungeness is a no-fly zone as well. So yeah, you are a little bit limited, but Camber Sands itself is absolutely stunning with all the turbines and everything in the background. You know, so yeah, beautiful area. The tide does go out about half a mile, I think, pretty much, when it's on its lowest tide it can actually do. So you get a lot of sand, and it's really good for horses and dog walkers and just beach goers or whatever. So yeah, really nice. So now I'm thinking, right, I'm coming back down. There's loads of birds over to the left, a couple 100 meters away, all feeding and whatever. So I'm coming in. I'm thinking, right, there's no birds now in front of me, really. They've not really come back to where one actually took off and caused the trouble. I'm now thinking the red hut, famous little red and black hut, is awesome. So I'm going to come down like that, and actually I can use that little clip for something, and then just bring it over to the right, or to the left, sorry, and just land it, and hopefully don't get any trouble for any animals flying around, apart from that one there, which I don't think was really worrying. Next clip. So I'm like, right, down on the coast, on the edge of the river now, there's one of the first fishing boats coming in, RX4, and I thought, right, this is my little plan. I took a couple of photos quickly first, and I thought, right, because they come in nice and slow, because they have to, I think 5 knots or something down the estuary, so it doesn't cause too much wash or anything like that. It gives you quite a bit of time. So I thought, wow, brilliant, I can actually do a little bit of planning on the go. So my first thought was, I'm going to fly sideways. Got the sun there, which is wicked, got a little reflection there, and then as they come into shot, I can start flying left, towards the left hand side, and follow them in. Obviously taking note that there's these posts everywhere with the depth markers and stuff on them, so I've got to take in consideration of those. So I'll probably have to lift up, just so I'll be careful I don't actually clip one. But first port of call was this, so just a little bit of that, and I was moving out towards them very slightly as well, to really sort of almost give it a bit of a 3D feel. So I thought, yeah, brilliant. And then I messed up this little bit here, because I had to go up, which then, there you go, I readjusted. This is what I'm looking at, these posts here. So, and also the bird that was flying, decided to have a little look, and I thought, right, okay, there's a seagull, let's follow the boat out. The fishermen have spotted the drone, and they are now filming. They're going to film it with their phones in a minute, and I think they've now seen this on YouTube and on Facebook, so hopefully they have enjoyed the video. But it just looks awesome, just following a boat from behind like that. It looks awesome. Right, I'm also thinking, right, now what can I do? And I thought, right, follow them for a moment. I did get a little bit close, and I thought, right, stop because of the bird. And I thought, right, I'm going to go up a bit, and I'm going to aim down, and then I'll probably fly over the top of them looking straight down. That was one thought, and I thought, right, okay. But it's actually quite difficult to judge their speed, because they're not going that fast, but they are still moving quite a bit. And it's quite difficult to pace yourself. Obviously you can use tracking and all that sort of stuff, but I like to fly manually. So here I just went a bit too quick, and I thought, well, I'm over them now, so I might as well look back forward. That's a shot. That kind of works. I can merge that later. And I thought, right, turn around, and then they'll come under. And I thought, well, actually, I'll bring it down a little bit and just stay stationary, really, because they can come sort of through me almost, and just go out of shot. And there's another bird again. But just come past, and I just thought that looks cool, because you've got all the ripples and the little waves coming off the back of the boat, and it just looks nice. And then I thought, right, let's fly sideways past them, and we'll get. So I planned it there with the sun rising over the golf course there. And I thought, right, okay, brilliant. So up there, straight, and then panning to the left, which just looks really cool. And I wish I'd gone a bit further actually and stayed with them, but I went round them and I thought, right, let's fly back down the estuary now. Plus I'm conscious I'm obviously getting further and further away of where I'm stood, so obviously keeping it within visual range, and then flying back down the estuary and then landing it back where I took off from, basically. Got the birdie there who was still basically warning me that it was there. I mean, it didn't get that close, apart from then. Just buzzing around, really. So, yeah, anyway, it was a case of, there goes two of them. They give you warnings. In 10, 12 years of flying drones, I've never, ever got really close enough. The birds will warn you, and then I've never seen a bird strike ever. It's probably happened, I suppose, but they generally aren't. They don't want to touch it. They're just warning you that they think it's another animal. They're just trying to get rid of it, basically. So if you get that trouble, just basically fly away, and then hopefully they'll get the message. A bit like earlier on, basically. Anyway, these are a couple of the photos I took. I know you actually took two. This is one of them, and I'm pretty pleased with it. It looks really nice, and just in auto mode. Boom, snap. Next one is with the over the sea with the sunlight coming on the water there. Yeah, that's it, guys. I mean, really nice morning, and obviously we're doing photography as well as just drone stuff, but really, really cool. And yeah, just fantastic. Learning every time I fly, still. And it's just a case of just learning on the go, learning new things, and just tweaking and thinking a bit more about how you're flying, dialing in those little settings to make your gimbal and everything a little bit smoother, so it's a little less jerky, and just being really fine with those sticks and everything like that. But yeah, really, really, really nice morning. So glad I took it with me.